Hello and welcome to the Astro Vibe of the Week. My name's Shira. I'm the founder of Abracadabra Astrology, helping women master their birth chart, their lives, into their experience, and elevating their authenticity. So let's dive into this new moon in Virgo coming on Saturday, August 23rd, and what the week will be like as we lead up to it, as well as what really is the archetypal energy of this week and of this new moon and this transiting energy that we have. So, I want to begin by talking about how if you feel like you are in the in between where you are not yet in the next chapter of your life and you haven't yet stepped out of the old chapter, it makes perfect sense because this astrology really is the both beginning and the end of the next part of our journey. What's interesting about this is that the North Node, which refers to the collective evolution, where we are all collectively learning to embrace a specific energy, is in Pisces. And Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac wheel. It's where we gain the most spiritual wisdom and where we connect with all other beings through the spiritual realm. Pisces is not about the physical world and is more like the bridge between the spiritual world and our experiences on Earth as Earth beings on this material 3D plane. So collectively, we have been evoking more spirituality, more connection to the unseen, more connection to our inner wisdom, our intuition, things that do not have, can't necessarily prove them with science, or you can't necessarily prove them by looking in a book. And it's more about what you feel and what you know and your personal experience with other realms that no one else has to understand. No one else most likely will get it, even because it's very personal to you and your experience with your inner world and your connection to the unseen realms and what happens when you go inside of you, or when you pull tarot cards, or when you go into meditation or mantra, whatever it is. It's extremely personal, but the end result is the same, because as we go into ourselves and we go into that quiet place and we go into the unknown place and we go into the spirit realm, we actually enter the realm of connection where we are no longer our physical bodies, we are no longer our egos, we are no longer our job titles, we are no longer our identities, this, that, all the labels that we have as human beings on this earth. We step out of all of those labels and we get into this place where we're all unified and we're all connected in something called the morphic field. So collectively, we have been learning to embrace Piscean energy because the North Node is in Pisces. And the South Node, the opposite energy, is in Virgo, where we have the new moon this upcoming Saturday. Very interesting. The reason why I started with the in between is because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac wheel. It's associated with endings, where you reach a pinnacle of wisdom in a certain experience that you have. It could be in a relationship that you're in, it could be in a job, it could be with something that you have been trying to understand about yourself or your childhood or where you came from. And reaching this pinnacle of awareness, this like spiritual unfoldment of really getting it with Pisces. Like it's this deep, oh, wow, I have really learned so much about this thing. and getting really to the grand understanding of the highest wisdom that comes through the experience that you had, whether it was hard, whether it was challenging or sad, or there's grief involved. It's understanding that we go through certain things to learn certain lessons, and it is a long journey, and we can't skip ahead of where we need to be. And Pisces understands that. Pisces has this really deep wisdom, this deep connection with all beings, deep connection to the unseen world, and the wisdom that lives in the unseen world. So we've got this closure energy where we're reaching the pinnacle of wisdom of this journey that we've been on. And at the same time that we have that, we have Saturn and Neptune at the very first degrees of Aries. Aries is a fresh new start. It is a bold new beginning where you are about to embark on a journey, a spiritual journey that you have never been on. And you're about to know yourself in a way that you have yet to know yourself. It's like the next edge of your growth. Part of the edge when we're talking about Aries is that the growth happens at the edge. It happens at the edge of the known, where you are taking a leap of faith. You are being asked to trust that inner wisdom that you have. You're being asked to trust your inner knowing, what is deep inside your heart, in the most honest way possible. Aries is about the truth. It wants it blunt, it wants it real, it wants it raw, it wants it honest. And this kind of energy with Saturn and Neptune in Aries is saying the lower vibrational energies that keep you from what is truly aligned with you, the guilt, the shame, the feeling bad for wanting whatever it is that you want or making whatever changes you're making, those vibrations can't come with you into the next chapter in your life. And the North Node in Pisces is having you almost like dig up from the depths of your soul all of the memory, because Pisces is water and water holds memory and nostalgia, all of the memory, all of the past that you have to understand and comprehend at a certain level in order to have closure, in order to say, okay, you know what? I get it. And I do understand that I'm going into a new journey now. I don't have to know exactly what it looks like, but I understand that I'm stepping into something completely new. And it will require faith in myself, and it will require that what what I want wants me back, and what is meant for me will find me, and that the doors that are opening for me are also going to have closed doors behind me. It's a very transitional energy. It's a very in-between energy. Saturn in Aries is now we're going somewhere new. Get everything you need to go on this journey. That might mean that you learn something from a spiritual teacher, or you learn something from your tarot deck that you are needing to bring with you on the next part of this journey. You're needing to remember this thing. You're needing to remember your boldness. You're needing to remember the part of you that is unapologetically you and released from the need to be forgiven from whatever it is that is letting go, being let go in the transition process. So as we go on this journey from Pisces North Node and into Saturn and Aries, another expression of you is called for. A bigger, bolder, wiser that came from the Pisces energy, fiercer part of you is being asked to rise up. Now, in terms of this new moon that's coming, we're also beginning eclipse season. Now, this new moon is not an eclipse, but the full moon that follows is. So this new moon starts eclipse season. And part of eclipse is the etymology of the word eclipse, which is about leaving behind or blocking something out. It's literally about clearing energy. It's about letting go and being open to the unknown, being open to the changes that be. Saturn in Aries is going to make it easier than ever to open to the unknown because the Aries energy is ready for a challenge and is ready for a new beginning. We're talking 0 degrees, 1 degree Aries. This is Aries. This is like fully exciting new territory that is going to evoke the part of you that is incredibly strong, the warrior inside of you. That is Aries, it's the warrior. So, on this Virgo new moon that's coming on Saturday, we're having a conversation in the sky between the new beginning in Virgo, the ending that happens across the pond in Pisces, the closure energy of the North Node, and the new beginning, double energy of Saturn in Aries. Not to mention, the planet Uranus is in conversation. It is having this back and forth supportive energy with Saturn in Aries because Uranus is in Gemini at the very early degrees. And Uranus will be apparent on this new moon, as Uranus is also speaking with the energies around this new moon. Uranus asks us for change, to shake things up, to let things go, to be able to break free from the shackles of the past. And Uranus can bring some unexpected energy. It can bring surprises because it's the planet that wants us to get to this next level of awareness. And sometimes, in order to get to a new level of awareness, we must be shaken out of our sleep. We must be shaken out of the complacency, the comfort, the old life. So the things that you want are on the other side of being safe. The things that you really want happen with the shake-ups, the changes, the risk. The risk creates reward in this scenario as we shift into this week. It is so much about trusting this next part of your journey. Now, the two cards in the major arcana of the tarot that relate to the support of this new moon are the Hermit, because the Hermit is the card that signifies Virgo. And carries, the Hermit walks into this dark forest, and the Hermit's carrying a lantern. So it's carrying a light. The light is the soul, the light is the knowing, the consciousness. It's also that spark of light that brings forth courage, it brings forth trust, it brings forth knowing, and it goes into the dark places. The Hermit like leaves the city. The Hermit leaves the friends. The Hermit leaves the external distractions, the Instagram, Netflix, the radio, the news, the parents, the brothers, the sisters, whatever it is, they like yap the external yapping that I know you know, where people are giving you advice. They're shifting your brain just by telling you what they think, where it's like all about this external world that we live in. And the Hermit, which is also the Virgo energy, has this deep knowingness that the only answers that are true are the ones that come from within. And so, this Virgo energy has a heightened sense of discernment of this is good for me and this is not. This person is going to help me get where I want to go and I can help them. But this person is only going to keep me stuck where I am and I actually can't help them. They can't even hear me. This food is going to light me up. It's going to make me feel really nourished. And this food is going to deplete me, make me crash, make me tired. If I go to bed at this time, I'll feel really good in the morning. If I go to bed at this time, I'll feel really shitty. You get the picture. There's an understanding of what is really going to balance out the energy in oneself and how you to be in a way that's really in integrity with the most conscious, discerning inner choices. So the Hermit card has to take some solitude to be able to know itself that well. Virgo is about knowing yourself. Virgo is about deeply understanding who you are and what is right for you. Now, I didn't say what is pleasurable. I didn't say what is fun. I didn't say what is exciting. We're leaving Leo territory. We had the fun. And now we're going into the Virgo territory, which is how can I be better and be the best me that I can be? Now, oftentimes Virgo gets a really bad rep for being self-critical, for being judgmental, for being really hard on itself, for wanting to be better and better and better and better and better. And it's just like this never-ending, self-degrading, just chopping yourself down smaller and smaller. And that would be the lower road of Virgo. The other lower road would be to try and fix all the problems around you, to try and fix the relationships, try and make people change, and not understand that everyone's on their own journey. The highest alignment of Virgo is I understand that everyone's on their own journey, and I'm not here to change anybody. I'm just here to be the best me I can be with the utmost compassion humanly possible. I'm here to learn how to love myself in such a way that I do things that, even though they might not be immediately pleasurable, are in the long run really, really going to help me out. Virgo understands that there are things that need to be removed in order for this energy to truly, deeply, and honestly know what is right for it without the inner critic, without the judge, with compassion. Why? Because Virgo and Pisces live on the same axis point. Pisces, remember, is the north node. That means Virgo right now is the south node. We're learning how to release being too hard on ourselves, trying to be too perfect, trying to get to this level of expectation that is not actually obtainable and ends up just making people miserable or stalling them on their journey. So Pisces is full on compassion, spirituality, forgiveness, oneness. Everybody sit in a circle and om together. How much can I love my fellow brother and sister? How much can I love my human siblings. So there's this oppositional energy of Virgo, the self, I need to be the best I can be, and Pisces, the collective, and I am one with all. And so we want to find the middle point to those two places where the Virgo energy is becoming more discerning. The Virgo energy in you is taking care of themselves in the best way that you know how. The Virgo energy is having really solid boundaries so that you are able to take care of yourself, so you're not burning the candle at both ends or over giving your energy and not getting back a healthy energy exchange. Virgo is the digestive organ, so it is about releasing and clearing toxins and things that have been digested. Things that you have taken in have to be cleared out. If you've ever been constipated, you know how important it is to clear it out. And that is Virgo. Virgo is a purifying force. It wants to cleanse and clean the energy so that new things can come in and so that we don't overdose ourselves with poop. It's like to be so blunt. So there is a clearing, cleansifying, detoxifying. Can I be better? How much better can I be? And the Pisces side with loving kindness and compassion, not with your inner critic, not with your inner mean girl. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being sovereign in your power, knowing how to care for yourself and knowing what's right for you and knowing how to stand up for yourself and have boundaries unto you. Sovereignty. And the Hermit asks you to take time alone so that you can really hear your soul and that you can really know what is going to be good for you. Now, Virgo, this Virgo new moon is also Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury also rules Gemini. And Mercury, Gemini and Virgo in the tarot is the Magician card, the Mercury. So this is again a new beginning. This new moon is at 0 degrees. That is such a fresh start. That is a rare new moon at 0 degrees, the first part of Virgo, new energy. The Magician is to be aware that you are the magician of your life. You have the power to alchemize anything. You have the power to bring anything in. Your mind is the wand. You are a powerful, fierce energy that is creating your external reality through your internal reality. So the Hermit asks you to feel your internal reality. Get that shit aligned. Take time alone or in a group, but within yourself, like in a group meditating or doing kirtan or doing yoga, going inside of yourself so that you are connected to your power and you're not burnt out and leaking. The Magician is a seriously magical, mystical force in the world because they understand abracadabra. With my word, I create. So it's mercurial. Remember, Mercury rules Virgo. That's this new moon is the Magician card. It's understanding the power of your words, understanding the potency of everything that is happening inside yourself, everything you're saying to yourself in your head, and being discerning enough to, if you catch a thought that is not what you want to create in this world for yourself or for anybody else, to catch it and say, no, not today. That has no space here. If you catch yourself saying, oh, I can't do that, ask yourself, is that true? Because that I can't do that is going to be created. If you don't think you can do it, you're not going to do it, Queen. So Magician card reminds us that everything we say, everything we think, everything we do has power and is creating our internal environment, which is then going to create our external environment. And we are vibratory beings. So whatever energy you're vibrating at, that's the energy that's going to match you back in the external world. So, really powerful new moon that comes with this in between energy and a lot of change and this preparation for eclipse season that's going to bring in this open window of alignment, especially if we're open to that alignment. So I'm sharing my screen now, and I just want to show you Moon and Sun aligned at 0 degrees Virgo. Virgo is that energy of cleansing, detoxifying, purifying, and asking oneself, how can I be my best self? Not for instant pleasure, but for long-term self-love, for long-term mental, emotional, physical health. It's like the let's get back to basics. Let's get back to the earth. Virgo is an earth sign. Let's remember that we come from the earth. Let's honor the earth. Slow down and pause that hermit card so that when we continue on this journey and step into the next chapter, we've got the knowing and we've got the energy within ourselves to do that. Now, this new moon is squared, this red line 90-degree angle by Uranus. And Uranus is bringing in some element of change, some element of surprise, which could also be a download where a totally new awareness comes in and it comes in quickly and it gives you information that you've been waiting for. Information for your future, information for the next steps. And you want to go into this week really open to guidance from within and signs outside of you that were called from your inner world. Like, for example, maybe it's a feather from a loved one. Maybe you see a cardinal and it reminds you of your family member who passed away, or a penny on the street reminding you that you're abundant, that you're fortunate. Just keeping your awareness open to awe and miracles that are going to show up in the external world with this magical alignment of Virgo, since Pisces North Node is connecting the energy in this axis point, this Virgo Pisces axis point, even though they're at very different degree points right now. So being aware of that magical spiritual energy and being okay with any surprises and changes that might come in. Going into this week knowing there could be a plot twist and exercising the Virgo quality of mutability, which is being able to go with the flow and go with the change and not hold on so tightly to the plan. Virgo loves a plan. Virgo loves to be organized. Virgo loves to have their ducks in a row. But Uranus squaring Virgo most likely is just asking for a plot twist. So we're practicing mutability. We're practicing going with the flow. It's a feminine energy to be able to be in flow with change. So we have that square between the new moon and Uranus. And then we also have on the new moon a trine from Pluto. Pluto is the great alchemizer. Pluto helps us bring things to the surface from deep within us so that we can learn those lessons, those hermit card lessons, so we can understand ourselves more deeply, so we can know ourselves more deeply and let go of what we're not bringing with us into this next chapter of our journey. And I think there's going to be a lot of awareness this week, but not the kind of awareness that comes in really harsh. I think it's going to be the kind of awareness where there's actually a great bit of support and understanding. So it's healing instead of harsh, because Chiron at 26 degrees here in Aries, Chiron 26 degrees in Aries is about 4 degrees away from an exact trine with the new moon. So Chiron is aligned with the sun and the moon this week and is in conversation with the sun and the moon this week. In fact, on Tuesday of this week, Chiron will be perfectly aligned with the sun. And this offers healing around that Chiron energy. Chiron is the wounded energy in our birth chart where we're learning to embrace, have compassion, not fix that part of ourselves, but love that part of ourselves and accept unconditionally that part of ourselves as being like in our wholeness. So this new moon has the opportunity to be incredibly healing as long as you're doing practices that allow you to receive the healing. If you're burning the candle at both ends, if you're not letting yourself take a break, if you are being really hard on yourself or trying to make yourself be ahead of where you are, it won't be so sweet, it won't be as nice. But if you take the actions that are going to allow you to receive this energy, like resting, meditating, doing more gentle practices, taking time for yourself, getting a massage, getting a facial, a manicure, a pedicure. I don't care what it is, whatever it is, it's for you. What's the nurturing thing for you? People always talk about self-care with Virgo, but it's not the kind of self-care where you're like, oh, I do this one thing once and that's it. It's the kind of self-care where you learn about exactly what you need, and it takes time and practice to really get to that place because it's expert. Virgo is the expert, and that takes time. So what's something you can do this week that is going to help you become more of an expert at how to care for yourself? More of an expert at how to give yourself longevity, more of an expert of how to be kind to yourself, more of an expert at rest. That's an exciting one. How do I rest more? Just be open to these questions without needing the exact answer, just opening them up. How can I bring more rest into my life? How can I bring more support? How can I take some things off my plate so that I have really good discernment with my energy? It's going to be a beautiful new moon. I'm really excited about it. This whole week is supportive. Truly, this is a healing, supportive week, especially if you can take care of yourself. And that's what we're going to be learning to do all of Virgo season is how do you take care of yourself when the world around you is wild? It's changing. There's so much unknown. There's so much challenge in the world. It's true, but it's not new. It's always been that way. And Virgo asks us to tune out any excessive noise and really be aware of what we're ingesting, like through news, through media, through ears, food, all of it. And to give us ourselves enough space and enough time to digest what's all around us, to digest, to rest, to turn on the parasympathetic nervous system. That's a part of your body that helps you take a breath, that allows you to digest your food, that allows you to sleep at night, to produce melatonin. So now's your time to not only prepare, because that's what Virgo does, but be open to the changes that come in. to be aware that there will be change and that you are the magician from the inside out. And it's going to be a beautiful time. So thanks for listening. Let me know how this landed. I so appreciate when you comment. And I so appreciate when you like the video, when you share, when you comment. I read it all. I always try to respond. And it's always helpful. It helps the algorithm. It helps everybody. It helps find new community members that are waiting for us. They're waiting to find us. So I'm always so grateful for you. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if it was and how it was, and I will see you on the other side.